There was a protest going on in Charlottesville. It was an Emancipation Park, previously Robert E. Lee Park, I think. It was named changed. The name was changed recently because people thought it was offensive, and I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just a park. And then people wanted to take down a statue of Robert E. Lee that was apparently in the park, and so there was a bunch of quote white nationalists going to protest it in the park. All right, and apparently even the leader of the KKK was there. Red flag, hello, you know. And then there was a bunch of sensible people like, racism is fucking stupid, you know. Any kind of preferring one race or another is racism, and that's just, it's stupid. You got the leader of the KKK there, you got neo Nazis there. They came armed, riot shields, guns, helmets, riot gear. You're not dressing up for a protest. You're dressing up for a fight, And so, that should have been the first clue for the law enforcement there in the area. It's like, hey, why do you need all this shit to do a protest? They're like, because these people are going to get mad at us. They're going to want to fight us. Well, if you come prepared for a fight, you're going to fight. The fight's going to be even more vicious. If you're going to protest, go protest. Don't go out there dressed in like Captain America. Shit's just going to go bad. What's wrong with you people? All right. Now, here's something I want all you on the left side of this argument, I guess, is to say, I should say. Those of you on the left side of this argument, who rightly think that racism is stupid and white superiority is complete and utter nonsense, there's something you must know. There's a fact you must understand. There are bigots in the world. There are racists in the world, and I'm sorry that they exist, but they do. It's not my fault, all right? But I am sorry anyway. I'm sorry that there's dipshits out there that believe nonsense like that. However, they have the right under the First Amendment to go to any, to properly do a peaceful protest over any kind of ridiculous, redneck, racist rhetoric they want to spew. All right? You don't have to go out there and listen to it. Yes, the KKK, evil as they are, have the right to march down the street. You just don't have to show up for that stupid parade. All right? You got some idiots going out there and like spewing some stupid nonsense about race. You don't have to go out there and listen to it. Those of you who went out there to counter-protest, just go home. You don't have to listen to it. And if you're there listening to it, it's only going to incite you. Now, I'm not saying everybody on both sides was all wrong. All right? There was a lot of good people there when the shit started hitting the fan that helped each other. And God bless you for being there and doing the right thing. But those of you who started throwing objects, those of you who started throwing fists, those of you who started hitting people with sticks, you are wrong, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You make me ashamed to being an American, because this shouldn't be happening in our country. I have a lot of people, technically I'm a veteran. I was in the Navy when the war with Iraq started. Technically I'm a veteran. But bullshit, I'm not a veteran. I have friends that actually went to Iraq and fought and bled, got shot in Iraq. And this is not the American freedom they were fighting for. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing everybody else in this country. Shame on you. That being said, people have the right, no matter how ridiculous if they want to get on the street corner and say, the aliens are trying to control our brains and we should, get rid of all of these reptilians that are, running our government and stuff like that. You have the right to spew whatever nonsense you have. And so when you go on your street corner and spew your particular brand of bullshit, that's kind of like a pressure valve for those people. These racists, they get to go out. If they go out and they get to shout their piece, they feel better and they don't feel a need. They're not more likely to commit acts of violence. But when there's counter-protesters there drowning out the opinions of these racist morons, that's when they get pissed off that they don't feel like they're being heard, like their First Amendment rights are being trampled upon. And that's when they do something violent, like get in a very nice car and run over a bunch of people. What the hell is wrong with you, dude? Why? Why do you do something that evil? That's friggin' evil. Straight up. Running into a crowd of people Why? Because they disagree with you? Redonkulous.